if I try to with my phone, I'll lose you guys.
Mm.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, we have started. Welcome, YouTubers, to the dojo. And with me, I have some new senseis. I have Sensei Flipp.
Aha, how you doing?
Yes, he will be teaching you guys about Muay Thai today. And we have Sensei Atdawn.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? And new Sensei, we've been masters for a while, man. We're master level.
Well, on this stream.
Yeah, exactly.
You're teaching everyone jujitsu, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, Sensei Showback. Tell everyone, what you're going to teach them.
How about Haruken?
That works. That completely works. Yes. Thank you all for coming, and thank you guys for coming onto the stream with me, so we can talk some awesome Cobra Kai.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Oh, man. So what would you guys have to say is your favorite episode of the second season?
Well, the last
all
one.
the the ones I haven't seen yet.
What?
Dude, I've been busy, man.
Oh, no.
I think we got to go spoiler free for the last couple then.
To be honest, I'm here to learn more than anything, man. I don't care. I'm one of those people that, even though there's some things that, I don't particularly want to be spoiled. I'm one of those people that, somebody can tell me about it and I'll still go and see it, which would, that would be the case here. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. So, I mean, you can talk about the show like I've seen it. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure, man? You're sure?
Yeah. I'm totally down for some, preview experience or whatever. Why am I?
Daniel goes to this college, Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's in Washington.
Yeah.
And
right.
This 25-year-old hot thing. And he teaches her Haruken.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say that he teaches her wax on, wax off.
Yeah. That would have been the obvious choice, though.
What do you guys think of? What about you, Rand? What do you think about the fact that we have to wait till next year to see more?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But I still get excited about it. I still get excited. I'm still cussing it out at times, But it is what it is.
Well, hell, they put out 2 seasons within a span of what? How long?
A year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the next one's going to be free, apparently. Like, it's going to drop at first on premium, and then after like a certain number of weeks, it'll become free for everyone.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think premium gets priority, but then I think the beginning of the next week, I think it's going to be free. That's what they announced when they announced the third season.
Yeah, I honestly, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the third season. Like, where is each character going to go after this?
Yeah, exactly. And is everybody up to date on the rumors? Like, Grant, do you think that Ali Mills is coming back? Do you think Elizabeth Shue's coming back to play that character?
I think she would. I think she will be coming back.
Like, what else is she really doing?
On forever.
I actually saw something where she was interviewed by ET Canada. And, there's 2 guys up there. Anyway, I can't remember their names, but she was saying that she has definitely seen the script and that what'd she say? Something like, they said, would you come back if you were asked? And were you asked? And she goes, let me put it this way. I would definitely come back. And then she kind of smiled. And I think she's definitely in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got to be. I mean, she friend requested Johnny at the end. Come on now.
He threw his phone and it's like,
I know, right? I was just like, oh, okay, so he's in that kind of mood. He don't even care about her.
I said $10 she ends up with Johnny and it pisses Daniel off.
Oh, I honestly think it's gonna break up his marriage in the third season. Like, just Ali coming back in general is gonna break up his marriage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that.
You never know, man. Because if Ali were to come back and start dating Johnny again, I think that would tweak Daniel like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
because
think that would get mad.
let's think about it. I mean, Daniel was the aggressor. He was the bully.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
ever seen that?
Well, in this show, yeah, he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they make it. They rework all the. It's from Johnny's perspective that some of them were stretches, like the part where he's like, and when I was in the shower and like he put the hose on top of me at the gym. That's a bit of a stretch.
That's right.
The dude was rolling a joint. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. He was minding his own business. He was.
I was just defending myself, man.
Yeah, having me and my 5 friends beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, exactly. Self-defense.
It's absolutely crazy how Daniel every so often you'll hear him say how he always wants to take down Cobra Kai. Like, if you ask me, he's the reason why this whole thing is blown out of proportion.
I have to admit that the second, or it might have been the third episode where they had the dick on the billboard. That was just so hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome. I loved the first season. Even in the first episode, like from the first episode, I knew it was going to be a good show because there's a scene where he's contracted and he's working for the rich biatch or whatever how you want to say it, and he's like, I put the TV on the wall, and she's like, you put it on the wrong wall, and you took a dump in my washroom.
He said, all right, just stop bitching at me. And she's like, what did you just call me?
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And then he's like, what, you gonna fire me over that, bitch?
Exactly. And then he's talking to his boss, and he's like, throws the phone away. He's like, she was a bitch anyway.
Oh, man. And then in the second season, the whole dating thing, like he tried to, you remember he was doing like that app or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
And he ends up seeing her again. She was like, you called me a bitch. He's like, I didn't. I said you were bitching at me. And then she walked away. She's like, friggin' at me. He's like, bitch. Oh, man.
It's just good writing.
It really is.
It is. I mean, Johnny's getting phone calls about kids wanting to be in Cobra Kai and stuff. And he's like, oh, is it gender? What? Hey, is this a prank call? Like, I swear I was dying. I was dying.
Or my mom says I could be on the spectrum. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't fly in here. Or the asthma. I might have I have an asthma inhaler. Like, not in this dojo.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love how he trains his students. It's all unorthodox. When he was trying to teach Miguel how to kick, he was getting him to have strength in his legs. He just pushes him in the pool. Oh shit, I should have asked him if he knows how to swim.
Yeah.
It's awesome because just like he tells his students, into the fire, he does the same exact thing. Like, he's doing stuff without even thinking about it.
Exactly. But you're right, Flipp. There's such good writing in the show. Like at the end of the not quite the end of the first season. It might have been the end when you get the reveal that Kreese is still in. It's Kreese's back. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the very end of the first season.
Yeah,
the last episode. Yeah, because I was so excited to see them have that conversation. The very first episode of the second season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was such a fun conversation to hear Kreese say, "But I like that. I like that." Oh man. I was sitting there in my glory. Like, I've been watching this show over and over and over again. I'm not even joking.
I can imagine. I need to go back and watch it again. I haven't watched. I've watched it through once, but I haven't gone back and watched it again.
Oh man, I've watched it literally both seasons about 5 times each, just in this past month.
I can believe it because it's such an easy show to watch too. It's so easy to digest. It's so well done. It's a perfect way to do a continuation or a reboot.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I typically don't like TV shows, not when it comes to say Arrow or flash because it looks like it's on a soundstage and they've got that white light on the people. It looks like I could go to a theater and see the play. It just doesn't feel right to me. But this feels right. A lot of location shooting, which is what I like.
Lots of location.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Like I've been watching the Karate Kid Part 1 in between also just and it's just like, okay, now I'm gonna watch Cobra Kai again. Like I'll watch the Karate Kid and then just say to myself, all right, let's watch Cobra Kai again.
There are certain shows that are good like that. Breaking Bad was one you can rewatch over and over. This one is definitely one.
Oh,
I'm hoping that as we go forward that they completely keep their. I guess they're on a roll. I hope they keep that roll. So good.
Yeah, honestly, okay, who do you want to come back from the Karate Kid movies? Like, the bad guys. Like, if they could bring someone back, who would you want them to bring back?
Well, Ponytail guy, I can't remember his name. He's supposed to come back next season. From what
Terry Silver?
Yeah, Terry Silver.
Yeah, Terry Silver.
Oh, man.
He'll be back, yep.
Now, he was crazy.
I think based on that, you're looking at possibly Johnny and Daniel teaming up against.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
They teased it. They've teased it all along, like that one episode when we put the Hallmark put it in the chat of the GIF of them like with the going along the Speedwagon thing. It's like, doesn't everybody? You like Speedwagon, bro? Doesn't everybody?
Yo, for real though, for real. Like I always loved seeing how they got buddy, and then it got torn apart just because of all the different just the storyline. It meshes. It really does. It's all a matter of circumstance and coincidences, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
And they made Johnny like in the movie that he seemed like he came from a rich family. They did that really well.
Yep.
And then, which technically was true. And then, Daniel was poor, and now the whole thing is reversed. And Daniel being a car salesman is the perfect job for Daniel. It just works really well. They paid enough attention to detail.
But he's the owner. He's trying to sell people cars and stuff, but he's the owner, like yeah.
He's accomplished, big life goals.
Yep. But it's we keep saying it. We're just saying it over and over. Like what makes this show so good? It's such a good reboot or continuation idea because it's got the original characters and that's drawn us to it. But then you also care about the new characters.
On your dad's sink.
Sorry.
Like Johnny's son, you really care about. You really care about him. The story about him and his two buddies that are they're stealing stuff, and then they face off, and they're fighting each other, and then you've got Daniel's daughter. You care about that story with her friends. It's like the really rich girl that kind of disappeared in the second season, the spoiled one. But like you care about both. Like I hope every future remake or reboot, they watch this show to get the framework. This is what good TV or movies look like, not Star Wars sequel or anything else that we get. This is it. This is what people want because you have characters you care about from the original, but you also build new characters that are interesting, not just reboot garbage things. Ugh.
Dude,
just throw out crap and expect us to eat it.
Exactly.
When Johnny's son came onto the scene, and they said his last name, and I'm like King. I'm like, and like he was using his mother's name or whatever, and I'm like King. I was like, oh shit, like I got excited for like a minute, and I was like, all right, wait a minute, I'm gonna get on the Google box, just to confirm, and because I'm like. I had Allie in my head, and then I'm like, so I go back, to the, find the original Karate Kid movie, and it said Allie Mills, and I'm like, oh, I was like, I was like so excited for like a few minutes, thinking that Allie was like the mom or whatever, but
that would have been a crazy twist. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Agreed.
But
I have to tell you
yeah,
something. I don't care for Robbie or for Sam. Not after what they did.
Yeah. Robbie was such a disappointment on that last episode, the very end there.
Yeah, you want to know why? That is because honestly, Daniel has been blinded with wanting to take down Cobra Kai so much that he didn't realize that he has a Cobra Kai student of his own from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie was always willing to fight. Anytime anything was going on, he was always rushing in to try to fight somebody. He never tried to de-escalate a situation. He always tried to fight until it was the very last episode and he saw Sam, getting her ass kicked real quick.
Yeah, she got the hell kicked out of her. And Sam really ended up being sort of a low on the moral scale. Like, her morals are a little absent there, which
Mm-hmm.
is real surprising.
She's selfish.
But it's
Yeah.
real. It's like a real show. It's not. It just makes it more real and more interesting. Like, I can't wait to see where it's taken in the third season, because they've got the other girl character that's now Sam's foil, like the new girl in town or whatever.
Yeah,
that was kicking her butt. Yeah, Tori. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Rand. But yeah, I can't wait to see where all the story is, because it's not good. It's not good of a TV show for everybody who's watching this and who's in the chat who hasn't seen it. Man, get on Cobra Kai. Like, I held out at first. I got to admit, I held out because I heard the idea and people were talking about it in the YouTube community, and I'm like, I'm a fan of the Karate Kid, but I don't really want to see like a continuation. This doesn't interest me. But then I sat down and watched it. I was like, oh man, why did I wait so long?
Absolutely, at Dawn. Absolutely. They've just managed to really hold your interest, which is something like you guys have both said this. I mean, all three of you, I'm sure if you think about it, they've managed to take something that was old, that was all but done, like Star Wars, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and it was just the story was wrapped up nice. But then they're like you just said it, Dawn, if it's going to continue, they're going to, deep in the recess of your mind, you're thinking, oh, they're going to screw it up, man. They're going to screw it up. And I don't want it screwed up, because, we saw it screwed up with other franchises. Well, they just didn't do that. They've just managed to, just like you said, continue it in such a proper way that you can't wait for the next part, and then you talk about it. I mean, heck, we're having a stream about it.
Yep. And apparently, like, this isn't a popular, like, even when they were first out, like, Cobra Kai wasn't a popular topic on YouTube. Like, it wouldn't trend well. I don't understand why. It's a YouTube show, and it's so good. Like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, anytime I put out a Cobra Kai video, I get more views on that than anything else after the time. Hey, everything Star Wars, what's up?
It's like the little things too. Like, I mean, when Daniel, like he apparently, he, Mr. Miyagi, gave him, the house when he died or whatever, and he turns the old Mr. Miyagi's old house into the dojo, basically, and has the kids doing all the same stuff that Miyagi had him doing, waxing the car, painting the fence,
paint the house, sand the floors.
Yeah.
Wax off.
I mean, that's like one of the best little snippets I've seen was when Daniel had Robbie, right? Robbie.
Yeah.
Anyway, he uncovers the car, and Robbie's like, why do I have a feeling there's a can of wax in my future? Before even anything's been said, I was like, it just cracked me up.
Yeah, I honestly, I love how they have nothing but, it's a new story with the old characters, but there's nothing but nostalgic things all throughout it. Like that time Robbie picked up the drum and Daniel was just like, oh, that's not a toy. Like, put that down. That drum saved my life. And then he's just like, you know what? It's all right. It is just a toy. And like, that was pretty awesome to see that little drum again,
Yeah. Yeah.
See his the Book of Okinawa that he had when he went with Mr. Miyagi, like they even had that. Robbie was reading it. That was pretty cool.
Exactly. There's so many good parts similar. Like the first time Daniel goes to the to the grave, like Mr. Miyagi's gravesite. I was like, oh, it's done so well. And then like the reveal that Johnny learns that Robbie is with Daniel, like they're in the dojo, and just like the standoff before the end of that episode. I was like, like this is such a cliffhanger. I'm gonna watch the next episode in 2 minutes, but I would totally be okay with waiting a week. It's that type of show. Like I would be okay with waiting a week.
Oh man, it's
Not
just
me. I couldn't
crazy
wait.
quick.
I had to
I
watch it
couldn't.
right away.
I couldn't wait.
Oh no, neither could I. Like I said, I watched it right away. But it's that type of show. Like I like back in the day, I'd be like
Oh.
glued. Like that would be the day if this show was on the schedule for a certain time of day, no matter what I was doing, I would be home to be sure. I'd make sure I was home to see this.
Oh yeah, you'd be willing to catch the next episode and anticipate it. Yeah, gotcha.
Another good thing about this show is, I mean, it's like, a half hour, but and that's not the good thing. The good thing is that they, they can actually put like I don't know if I want to say the same amount of content, but they make complete episodes within a half an hour time frame that some 1 hour shows don't necessarily do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for me, like it was so long. They draw out the drama so long, commercials or not. I just couldn't wait to see somebody that was an Avenger or somebody who was connected to it with a decent superpower, an effect, a good special effect, and I just never got that. And when it did happen, it was like, what am I watching, a B movie? It's
that's the bad thing, though. That's the bad thing about Cobra Kai as well, is because you watch the half hour and you're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I need more.
Yeah,
like I said with other shows where the lighting is just like that whole stage lighting and stuff. But this particular show, it does so well with the writing and the character development and the story. You're willing to overlook things. Your willing suspension of disbelief is actually present.
yeah.
I mean, like you can overlook little things like a bad special effect or something. Like, I'm cool with that. Like at the very last episode of season 2, I was watching punches not really landing at all, just whiffing by people's faces. But I was so into it, I was like, I don't care. It's still good. It's still good.
Oh yeah. The choreography. That's maybe one thing you could point at. But the scene where they're having the cafeteria fight, I thought that was choreographed pretty well. But other than that, even the tournament in the first season, it wasn't the strongest. But like I'm willing to put up with that.
Speaking of bringing people back and the choreography, the same guy that did that in the original movie, the
fight choreographer.
I can't remember his name without looking it up, but he's the dude that played the referee. Yeah, he's the dude that played the referee in the movie. He's the one that did the choreography for the movie, and they brought him back for this.
That dude that looks like Cliff from Cheers, but shorter.
The dude with the mustache, the big beefy guy with the mustache, that's playing referee during the original, where Daniel won the tournament,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They do that a lot in movies, like
Yeah.
the choreographer, like the original choreographer for the Attack of the Clones. God, I can't remember his name, but the stunt guy, Nick Gillard, that's his name. And wow, that's a blast from the past. Can't believe I remember that name. But Nick Gillard actually was one of the Jedis fighting in the arena. So he did the choreography, but he also, that's neat stuff. If you could pick like someone who's out there in movies now, like say the guy that played Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe, or maybe even anybody else, who would you like to see? Like maybe Johnny Yen, or I don't know, just somebody to come into Cobra Kai, or I mean the show, obviously, to be an expert martial artist, what specialist would you like to see come on there?
Bruce Lee.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my. That would be a neat trick.
Well, we're getting that in that new Quentin Tarantino movie, CG Bruce Lee.
Dude, I can't wait. Tarantino's 9th film. Yeah.
Oh man, he's crazy.
Oh, did you guys know, and I know this is a separate subject, we can jump back, but did you know that The Hateful Eight just came out with a 4-hour movie? It's the same movie, but it's an uncut, director's uncut version. And there's 4 chapters. Each of them are an hour long. You got to see that. It's so fucking good. You'd love it. There's a lot of extra scenes in there. You know, he's a wordy director and writer, but yeah, Johnny Yen, he played Chirrut Imwe in Rogue One. I'd like to see him come in the show.
Oh, Ip-Man.
Oh, yeah, Donnie Yen is freaking
Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie Yen is cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Donnie Yen's awesome. All the Ip Man movies are ridiculously good. So yeah, have someone like that involved. I don't know. Like he doesn't work as much as he did before. I think he's got a new Ip Man coming out actually. But yeah.
What is Ip Man?
Oh, Ip Man is the guy who trained Bruce Lee. It's like Bruce Lee's master.
Yeah, in the style of Wing Chun.
Yeah, Wing Chun, man. The first 3 movies, the first 2 especially, but the first 3 are so good.
Yeah, they're crazy good.
Yeah, man.
And
then they're like the Raid as well.
He just like punched a dude so many times in the head, like in his forehead. It was crazy.
Have you guys seen Birth of a Dragon? It's a Bruce Lee movie that came out, I don't know, like 6-7 months ago. And it paints Bruce Lee in a light of this hotshot who came from, China, I guess. And he's sort of a jerk. And he just wants to be in movies and he wants to use kung fu. And then, meanwhile, the Buddhists over there, the temple people, they're like, no, the monks, they're like, no, that you can't do that. You're breaking tradition. And they send one of their monks over, and there's this whole thing between them, a whole bunch of cool fighting. Birth of a Dragon didn't do well in theaters, but if you watch it, which I just did last week, I think you'll really, really like it. It's at the end, Bruce Lee is the regular Bruce Lee. Like it's a sort of a redemption of how he grew from this hotshot teenager into a very smart, guy. But it's got a lot of side story to it as well.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, Birth of a Dragon. It's really good. Really good.
Yeah, I've heard similar things, different documentaries about Bruce Lee, about his history, like when he was like the dance champion before he came over, that sort of, and that's covered in the Bruce Lee, the Dragon movie from way back. I think that was a pretty good biopic. You got it. It was done pretty well considering it was an early movie. Then it covered all that stuff, like coming over and like the clash with the dojo, whether or not he was going to teach it. And
this is sort of like that. In fact, I thought it was a terrible movie. Like 45 minutes into it, I was like, why am I watching this? But when I finally got to the end, I was like, oh my God, I got to watch that again. That was so good. It's one of those kung fu movies that it's a modernized kung fu movie. It's different. It's very different. Like it's not like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Penis. It's like literally, it's like literally a kung fu movie. You dig it. I think you guys would like it.
All right. Sounds good.
I thought it was the penis that was crouching.
Don't know. No. I know that when they stand on it, they can float in the air.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a big fan of the wire stuff.
They don't do. There's only one slight spot where they do that, it makes sense when they do it too. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
I prefer practical stuff. Like, have you guys seen the Raids? Like the 2 Raid movies?
I've wanted to see that. Are they good?
Oh my god, yeah, they are so good. The choreography in it is ridiculous. Like they're super violent, by the way, like ridiculously violent. But the choreography is out of your mind good in both of them. So good, so good.
Dude, what are you guys talking about, man? I mean, those classic kung fu movies when they're like, oh, we got to get somewhere in a hurry, so they'd like, do a couple of flips and end up in the trees, and then they just like kind of like, they're just
Yeah.
like jumping from treetop to treetop, and
And all you hear is clothes moving in the wind.
you hear the
Yeah.
all the flapping sound of their clothes and stuff,
The classic ones I don't mind.
Sister.
But
Oh man, makes me want to watch one of those just to hear the sound.
Like,
My master is better than yours.
and and you're thinking, well, like it's like they're walking, I mean, how are they gonna get there so quick? They don't, they don't have a horse or anything, and then that happens, you're like, oh, okay,
So why don't they just do that all the time?
yeah, I don't know.
just walk on top of trees, they get everywhere
Yeah.
really quick. But I wasn't a fan of Crouching Tiger. I actually preferred Hero, the Tarantino one.
Oh,
There's a Quentin Tarantino kung fu movie that I haven't seen. It's called what now?
Hero. It's the
Well,
with Jet Li.
yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna have to see this. Oh wait,
It's awesome.
Is it the one where he's a monkey king?
No, that's
No.
what was that movie? I can't remember.
The Iron
That's
Monkey?
completely
Was
different.
that the
no,
Iron
that-
Monkey, Red?
You mean
No,
King
not Iron
Louis?
No, that wasn't Iron Monkey. Iron Monkey's another good one though. That
Yeah.
is another good one. That really is.
Okay, but there is a Tarantino movie called Hero with Jet Li.
Oh,
yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
I'm
It's
gonna watch
awesome.
that tonight.
Awesome.
I forgot what that monkey one was called though. The Monkey King one. Damn. I know I watched it, but it was years ago. So long ago.
It's funny as hell. I want to see that again too. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember. I really can't. But I have a question for you guys. I have a question. Do you guys realize when Danny pretty much declared war on Cobra Kai?
In the first season?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When he said to Robbie that when the fight comes to you, you need to be ready. That's why we need more students.
Oh.
He was already getting ready to go to war.
Yep.
And then when he sees Kreese again in the second season, he wants to say to him, of all people, you're in for a rude awakening. He declared war once again right then and there.
That
That
is
blew
not
my
the that is not the Miyagi-Do way.
No, it's not. It is not.
But I like that. I like that they take Daniel without his instructor, without his master. He is struggling to find balance in his life.
Yes.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Like, it's crazy because remember in the first season, when he wanted to find balance again, he had to clear out the dojo. Like, he cleared out his, little dojo at his actual house. I can't believe he has Miyagi-Do and then a little dojo at his house. Like, how greedy can you be to have two dojos? But anyway, he had to clear that one out. And then, okay, I'm good again. I'm doing karate. Yeah, this is helping. But no, he still needs more. He's like, now I want someone to teach. It got crazy. It got crazy with him.
It is greedy. One must not have two dojos. You might get angry at self, want to fight self. Then, after have makeup sex with self. Wax on, wax off.
Oh, continuum strike. Oh, that he's anticipating Cobra Kai to strike first. I mean, yes and no, maybe. I mean, if Danny was so well balanced, he would sit down and actually talk to Johnny like a man. But all he ever really did was go over, see one thing, and he's freaking out. Like he's
his mind was already made up before he even went there.
Exactly.
He just needed to see one thing. It's like if you think like maybe like you have a situation, your girlfriend's or your boyfriend's like with someone else, and you go over and you see like one remote thing. They're like in the same shopping mall together in the same like coffee shop, and you just storm out. You're like, that's it.
Yep.
Let's go. We're going to war.
Yeah, man. Like, Danny spazzed about everything he possibly could.
Really?
I mean,
Are they like the one episode when Johnny is trying to get Cobra Kai reinstated and they're at the city council and they're
oh
like,
man.
and all the people
Oh,
are like,
yeah.
oh yeah, that's right, and Danny's like, oh come on.
What I love is that one black guy. He was end up being the announcer at
Exactly.
tournament.
I got to
You
say,
love the blue mats. You're all about the blue mats. Like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
he was so obsessed with having blue mats.
that and what do you call it? The line he has there at the city hall. He's like, and Cobra Kai, that's the boss name, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That was so funny. That was funny. Oh man.
That's a rock and roll name, and Johnny like fist pumps.
Dude, I feel like Johnny sometimes because like I grew up with like bands like REO Speedwagon and Poison and stuff like that, and when I see him going through this, I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's like where'd all the good stuff go, you know?
Oh, and speaking of like the '80s music, like Eddie's metal, early '90s, that's one of my favorite episodes from the second season. We asked that question off the top. It's the one when they're making when they're making the website video for Cobra Kai, and he's like, "We just got to get some Metallica and Justice for All in there." And the one character's like, "I think that's copyrighted. We can't use that." He's like, "Not for me. I've got the cassette in the car."
Yeah, man. And you gotta love how we said cassette. You know, he had to say cassette. And then send it to the internet.
And then send it to the
Yes, that's right. The Geek Talk Society got it right. The future is female. Crease. Jesus Christ. That scene right there says it all. Like, if that kid were to be in Crease's Cobra Kai, done for. He wouldn't even let him walk in the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I ranted a bit. Yeah.
No, that's what you do. That's your name.
Living up to the namesake.
That's got to be one of the best aspects of this show, though, is like, you know, like, especially when Johnny was like, all right, we're not gonna have any of this, pussy freaking, modern bullshit, in here. Like, it's like
He literally said that too, like literally.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Pussy shit.
you
remember what Danny asked
pussy
me?
generation and all that.
You remember when what was it? Danny asked the kids what's the first rule of karate, and that one little kid's like, "Don't be a pussy."
It's like, man, it's like somebody out of this whole movement of The Last Jedi, and it's like somebody in that writers group is like on our side or something. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because it's just amazing. It really is.
And it's weird. It's like it's the last thing you would expect to see in TV and movies nowadays. Like you'd never expect someone to have the balls to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and have Johnny be the way he is, and it's okay. Like they don't have a whole bunch of people jumping in on him, like, "Oh, you need to stop out." Like, no.
Well,
It's crazy.
that does lend to the idea that you would think an SJW would have reared their ugly head up by now and said something about the show. But I haven't seen or heard anything. Have you guys?
No.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm glad.
I mean, the only like SJW type of argument he had was with Miguel in the first season. Don't you think you're doing a lot of genderizing, Sensei? A lot of what? He's like, well, when you talk about this, quiet. He never lets anyone finish. So if the SJW were to come up to him, he just go, quiet, or punch him in the face. I think that should be for the third season. He finally meets up with an SJW, a full-on SJW, and it just goes haywire. Like it just starts a complete and total brawl.
Holy crap, that'd be awesome. God, that'd be awesome. I would literally take that piece of the video out and put it at the end of every video I do if that ever happened. That would be so sweet.
Yeah, that's right. You don't listen to your guidance counselor. You listen to me.
Exactly. Everything the Geek Talk Society is saying in the chat. Or when he says hawk, I think he means lip. It's like, hey, lip.
Oh man, I honestly thought Hawk was gonna, kind of beat Dimitri, but at the same time, I saw it coming. Oh man, that was funny though. That was funny. Just one kick. That's all it took for Hawk to go down in the second season.
You mean were you talking about when they were in the woods?
Oh no, when they were at the school, Dimitri and Hawk, yeah. And he went into the glass and all that, yeah.
Dimitri, right? The guy, yeah, I remember him now. Okay,
I the mouthy one.
Yeah. There's got to be a better way to settle this without fighting, and that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I like I like that they brought back Johnny's old friends too. That was neat.
Yeah,
I hate
that was a good
that's
episode.
my favorite episode. That's my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
When he started telling the story about Cobra Kai and Kreese, and they're all like, where is your mind at?
Yeah, they all got mad.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing?
It brought weight to the presence of Kreese. Like it just added to that.
Yeah, it brought more intensity to why it's so bad Kreese is there. Like for people who don't know, you know what I mean? Like for these grown men to all be like legit just scared shitless. Like, wait, Kreese? You said Kreese is back?
Yeah.
That really does bring a lot more weight, like you said. Like it really is cool.
And then they drop every now and again. They'll drop like a flashback to the Karate Kid movies too. And I've noticed they focus mostly on the first movie, which I think in the back of all of our minds, we're thinking that as they move forward, of course, they're going to have to introduce more characters from, I always do that episode stuff, but Karate Kid 2 and Karate Kid 3, because it would follow the same formula. It's like you can feel the formula, like they'll have Terry Silver, Allie with an eye, maybe one of those Asian dudes from when they went to Hong Kong or Okinawa.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems right, and it feels good too. It makes you think like, oh, I know that I'm going to look forward to this. I mean, I guess the show itself does that, but
yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. Like, what if Kreese were to reach out to that guy from Okinawa and be like, listen, you fought him, come help me out, like, and Danny would be scared shitless.
Yeah, that guy was a good fighter. I mean, he came across like a much, much, much better fighter. Gosh, I haven't seen that one in so long. That's part 2, right?
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the Okinawa one or when it's Cobra Kai again?
Yeah, Okinawa, yeah.
Yeah, that's part 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's with the drum and everything, and he had a different girlfriend and all that. Was his girlfriend? No, she was Japanese. Okay. And then the old guy dies in the end, doesn't he? The one that Miyagi has to fight.
I didn't think so. I don't remember.
It's just been a while. I just think it's great when they do bring back people that have been in it, and when they do flashbacks, brings,
Oh hell yeah, man! Like when they were on their bikes again, and then they showed them on their bikes when they were teenagers and stuff. I was just like, "Yep, that's right." And then they started playing the song. Man, I was just sitting there smiling the whole time. My wife's staring at me like I'm some type of weirdo. Like, you don't understand. I grew up watching this. Like, leave me alone.
Yep.
Let me be in the fields, all right?
Exactly.
The reason I'm saying that is because of the Geek Dog Society. Like, seriously, because he's right. When Tommy, when he died, they're zipping up the bag and they said Cobra Kai never dies. That really was powerful as fuck. Like, I was just like, oh, Tommy. Like, I was sad, because like when you think about it, get him a body bag.
Oh God, he did say that.
Yep,
get him a body bag, Johnny.
Yep. Yep.
That's tripping, man. Wow.
That is, like, it's crazy. Like, they really do place everything perfectly when it comes to this show. Like, I don't care what anyone else says. There's nothing that's gonna come like close to how good they're doing with Cobra Kai with anything else. There's no way they can. I really don't think there is.
Yeah, I totally missed that one the first time I saw it. I've only seen the second season once, which I know. I need to watch it again.
Same here, Flip. I haven't had time to rewatch it. They're on my list to rewatch, that's for sure.
That's good, Atdawn. I'm not alone. But yeah, I agree. I'm going to watch it again.
Wait, Mike, Chosen, Terry, Kreese versus Daniel and Johnny. That's practically all the bad guys. That would be crazy. That would be.
I know that's coming. I know they're teaming up and they're going to end up being friends at the end of the show. You can just tell it's coming. I've seen, if you Google pictures, if you just go into Google Images and Google Cobra Kai, it's all pictures of them like back to back or arm around each other. Like, that's how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh yeah, I know it's coming. I'm totally convinced.
Yeah, it has to be, man. Like they've been doing that, oh, let's be friends thing, way too much throughout the seasons to not end up actually just saying, hey, bygones are bygones. Let's just destroy Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Or at least, let Johnny take it back over. There's no reason to try to destroy it.
No, I think maybe that, well, if we're going to predictions, I think they'll fight the Cobra Kai and they'll eventually work together. Like Johnny and Daniel will work together in a dojo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Could you imagine Johnny being a part of Miyagi-Do?
Like co-senseis. I think it'll be like a combination of the two. It'll be like a blending, a meeting of the two. That's what my prediction is.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know because Daniel wants to do free lessons and Johnny needs that money.
Or how about Daniel goes, and Daniel's like, hey, yo, Cobra Kai never dies, right, Johnny? Because, he joins Cobra Kai. Never mind. I'm just excited. I want to see him blend it too. What would that be called? Like Cobra Miyagi-Do? Cobra
yeah. I was just sitting here trying to think that.
Miyagi Cobra Do.
Yeah, there you
Miyagi Cobra Kaido. I don't know. I don't know.
There.
And their symbol or emblem, logo, whatever you want to say, would be like a cobra wrapped around a freaking bonsai tree.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, man. Hell yeah. Or it's eating it.
Very good. The Geek Talk Society is saying he's got to write it down. Maybe he's talking about our predictions to see if we're correct. Hold us to them at a later time.
I thought you were gonna say Cobra wrapped around an old Asian guy for some reason.
No.
He's trying to do karate, but the Cobra's choking him out.
Oh man. Honestly though, okay, let me ask you guys this. After all these years, after the tournament, in a street fight, who do you think would win, Danny or Johnny?
Can I see that?
Oh. Johnny, I think. No. Well, boy, I don't know. I think they have to let Johnny win at some point. They had that quick fight in Johnny's apartment.
Yeah.
Johnny looked like he was kicking his ass, honestly.
Oh yeah, he kicked him into that TV. I mean, if he got on top of him, it might have been over just then.
I think it'll be like it would be a draw every time. It'd be like two powerful, like kung fu masters or like energies like coming together, and it's just like one big explosion. But then it's like
yeah. So a stalemate? You think it'll be a stalemate?
Like a stalemate. That's what I'm thinking. Because they're both like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe I'm overthinking it because I went to see Godzilla last night, but who knows?
Johnny is definitely a better fighter. I don't care. He is. He definitely is the better fighter. I honestly think he is. But then again, when it comes to this show, I can't not be on Johnny's side at all. Like I'm 100% on Johnny's side. You know what I mean? Like Danny, no matter what he says,
it's really weird. Like,
go ahead.
I agree with you. I used to be friends. I used to want to be more friends with Daniel, and I thought Johnny was a jerk, but it's totally the opposite now.
Yeah, man. Because think about it. Even though Danny will say, "Oh, well, we want to show Cobra Kai a better way. We want to show everyone a better way with Miyagi-Do karate." At the end of the day, he's still sitting there saying to himself, "We need to destroy Cobra Kai. We need to do anything we can to stop them." I mean, this dude made the rent go up for everybody in that strip mall. I mean, just to try to get rid of Cobra Kai. How evil is that?
It's pretty bad. Hey, from Danny's point of view, I will say that when he first heard about a guy who was in a strip mall beating the hell out of kids, I did say, you know, as a dad, I was like, you know. And then he had that kid come over. I mean, this was still early on in the first season, but the kid come over to eat dinner with his daughter and him and his wife and family. And he's like, oh, he just assumed that he liked sushi.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
I don't really like that. That reminds me of the family. There's one thing that we haven't talked about. Danny's son is such a troll.
Oh,
That character is amazing.
Oh man!
When he takes the PSP out of his hand, he's like, to the Amazon, like whatever you call it, like the little, yeah. It's like, order me another PSP. It's like, no, cancel that order.
And it didn't even respond to him. It didn't even respond.
No, Alexa, order me a new PSP.
Yeah.
Cancel that order.
Dude, when they were at that when they were at that party, you know, and he's like, you know, you want something to drink, and the kid's like, you know, I forget what, anyway, he was being.
Oh yeah,
he was being lippy or whatever, and I was like, oh hell no, you know. And then he said something about throwing him in the damn pool.
Yup. Or when they're at a dinner party with the guy that owns the strip mall, and the mom's like, Anthony, stop drinking the butter. Like, this kid was legit drinking the butter.
Where are they going with that character? Like, seriously.
Hard drugs. Hard drugs.
Maybe.
He's gonna be upset he never took his father's offer with learning karate, because he's gonna get his ass beat really bad one day by a Cobra Kai student.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
You know, he's just gonna spiral. He's gonna spiral.
It's a weird character. That I have to say, he's in it very little, you know. And
oh yeah, but when he is in it, it's funny.
My dad is. What do you say? My dad's richer than your dad. My dad can kick your ass. Or your dad that.
Oh man, so funny. Or when Johnny was at their house eating, and he's like, "Hey, do you have any ketchup?" He's like, "Yeah, get it yourself, douchebag." And then he just walks away eating an apple. Like, he takes a huge bite out of that apple afterwards.
Yeah, he's a strange character, but I do like him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fit. You know, it's like, does not belong. That would not be Daniel's son, right? Like,
I mean, as far as you know, I mean, when you think about it, it does somewhat make sense, because think about it this way. If, damn. All right. Like, look how Johnny is as a dad. He wasn't there at all. And look at Danny. You can see how their parenting transcends to how they are senseis. He coddles a lot. So I could see him be like, oh, you want this? Go ahead, have it. You want this? Go. I mean, his daughter has a car. What the hell does she do to, you know, have a car already?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Just because you're that rich don't mean you have to get your kids a car. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. If I had $1 billion, my daughter turned 16, be like, oh, you want what? The fuck did you do to earn that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get you a car. You better, you know, go cut the grass for about 3 months. You know, something.
Well, I'd get him a car, but you'd bet that thing would freaking get a parking boot on it, you know, if something wasn't right, you know.
Oh man, like Transformers.
Yeah, you gotta hold that shit over a kid's head, man. Like, oh, I got you the car, and they're like, oh, great, I'm gonna go out this Saturday. Well, did you do the dishes? Did you take out the trash? Did you do this? Did you paint the thing? Did you handle your homework? Yeah, no, but I forgot this. Well, then you're not going out. Okay, well, you know, they got a fucking car sitting there in their face, but they can't use it. It's pretty good inspiration, reinforcement.
Yes.
But not for her. Like, she'd probably get drunk and crash the damn thing.
Oh, that You just made me think of when Sam was with her friends and the freaking the stupid blonde one, was driving and fucking hit Johnny's car.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just pops up. What are you doing? And they're all
Yeah,
open
that's
the
some
door.
crazy old
Open
guy.
the door. That was too funny.
Oh, and her
Oh.
friends, her girlfriends, that are all like they're these little pretty little things. Like we're the pretty girls, and we smoke pot in the car. You know, whoa. Like that's so cool that it's like a show that's on. Well, it's not HBO. It's a YouTube Premium show, but because it is, they can get away with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
And what happened to that character anyway? Like we were talking about, Tori's the new foil for Sam, but what happened to the rich girl? Like she went to Paris and then she was never in the show again.
She's scared of Aisha. She doesn't
Yeah.
want to get another,
Yeah, reverse
what do you
wedgie.
call that? Yeah, reverse wedgie. I was about to say,
A
what do
ve-
you call that for a girl? Like
Wedge, a veggie.
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 I asked my wife this, and she just stared at me. You know what I mean? I just got stared at. Oh,
Either a
Yeah.
veggie or a vaggie.
Oh God. Either way, those are good.
I mean, if you say veggie, it's gonna sound like you're trying to order something. It's like, oh, do you want a veggie?
Okay, then a veggie.
Yeah.
Veggie. Nah, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Wedgie? Wedgie.
Oh
That
man,
doesn't roll off the tongue as well though. It's like blah, blah. Sounds like I'm trying to mix German and French or something,
Wedgie.
Blah.
it really does though. That's the thing. It really does.
Here, let me see if I can type it easier than I can say it. There we go. Wedgie.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to let you go. I've got to go handle some things. Me and my son are going to be watching Get Out. I've never seen it,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I hear it's really good. So,
Yeah, it's all right. Enjoy the movie.
Enjoy it, Flip.
okay, that
It's
doesn't
no
sound
Karate
promising.
Kid though. It's
No
Yeah.
Karate Kid, exactly.
I'll
That's
tell you that
true.
right now.
Well, maybe I'll get to see a wedgie or something. That's definitely going in the vocabulary book, man. That is new. I like it.
Here, I got one
Other-
before you go, Flip. A
Yeah.
vaginizing.
Oh wow.
A vagin. I'm trying to go with like agony of vagony. There we go.
Imaginizing.
Never mind. See you, Flip.
Vaginizing
Look
pain.
at
Vaginizing pain. Wow.
Oh.
Now I'm just been reminded of freaking the Family Guy with Stewie, the penis and the vagina.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Well, on that
also
note,
having you on, bro.
all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on, Rant.
Oh, of course, man. Everyone, make sure if you are new to this channel to sub to Flipp. Seriously, awesome guy, awesome channel. You'll love his stuff. So please do that and follow him on Twitter also.
Right on. Thanks, man. See you at Dawn and Hallmark. See you later, guys.
See you,
Take
Flip.
it easy, Flip.
Flip. Oh man. Oh, good times, good times.
Oh yeah.
Damn. So what would you have to say, like, who is your least favorite character in Cobra Kai?
Least favorite? I don't know. They're all so good. I like Miguel's mom and the grandmother. They're good characters. Trying to think. Maybe Danny's cousin, the dude who like ends up getting Johnny's car torched.
Oh man, cousin Louie.
Yeah, exactly. Cousin Louie.
I have to say my least favorite is Sam. Yeah, I don't know. She's just she's just there to tease Miguel and annoy him, if you ask me.
Mhm.
Like everything, I don't know. Like she brought Robbie to that party. You know, you should kind of expect the guy to kind of be mad. You know what I mean? You've been blowing him off for a little bit. Then you show up to this party with the random dude. If he's already drunk, you can't get mad at him for trying to swing on him. I
Exactly.
mean, it's what happens at parties. People get drunk. She did.
Hmm.
She annoys me a bit. She just annoys me. You know, she wanted to join Miyagi-Do when it suited her, when she felt like she had no friends. And she said to herself, well, Robbie's in Miyagi-Do. I could spend all summer with him. Think about it, guys.
Exactly.
Danny's daughter, she's a slut. Hey, she's had 3 boyfriends. 3 boyfriends. She went from, what was his name? Kyler. Yeah, that Asian kid, Kyler. She went from him to straight to Miguel right afterwards.
Yep.
Straight to Miguel. And then she moved on to Robbie.
It's true.
Yep. Even though she's not putting it out. She's on her way.
I hate to tell you, but that's typical high school female behavior.
Is it though?
Yeah. Well,
Is
typical high school people. Period. You know, I mean, it's like, yeah. Oh, I'm going out with so and so, and then like 2 weeks later, we broke up. Mhm.
That's true. This is true, Hallmark.
Well, I mean, do all high schoolers consider it dating? If you just hook it up for a couple weeks.
Well, I mean, at least they used to.
There you
I don't
go.
know.
There you
I
go.
don't know
Game
about
of
now, but
the Geek Talk Society is on the money. He's on point. Sam is a thought. Yeah.
She is gonna date Stingray next. Exactly. She's gonna move on to Stingray.
She's gonna have a channel where she's gonna have a Twitch channel where she body paints, but it's art. It's just for art.
Oh man. So out of the new characters, who's your favorite character?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm not a fan of like Sam's okay, and I'm not a fan of Johnny's son. It'd probably be Dimitri. Like Dimitri's really funny. Or I don't know. Like Hawk is very like he's a very unlikable character. Like his transition. So he's a very strong character. Not like in a good way, but he's a good character. He's easy to hate. Like that's like what you want in a bad guy.
Hawk is made. Hawk is like total opposite of what he started out as.
Yep.
You know, he was the meek and meager, you know, kid with a freaking hair lip scar or whatever, and you know, now he's like, you know, sporting a freaking punk rock hairdo and, you know, being a fucking dick to everybody. You know?
Yep. But you're right. Total 180. It's
yeah.
What about you? Who's your favorite character now, Rant?
Oh, Miguel.
Out of the new one, Miguel.
Oh yeah, all the way.
Yeah.
He has the most potential out of everybody. I don't.
Oh
care.
yeah, without a doubt. He's a super interesting character. Like I said, I like his family, his mom and his grandmother's hilarious.
Yeah.
The one, you know, and like I said, I've only seen like bits and pieces of this whole show, and maybe I'll actually try like the free sample or whatever, that, you know, the 1 month free thing or something, and I can I can just like binge everything. But the after the big fight, and then Johnny had Miguel and Hawk in the dojo, you know, and just, you know, ripping them a new one, talking about how, you know, it's, you know, basically there's no honor and, you know, kicking somebody's ass who, you know, you can kick their ass. And, you know, it's like, you know, basically basically calling them pussies, you know, for beating up people that they, you know, that they know they could beat up or something. And it's like, now do push-ups on your knuckles. And
Well, I mean, Hawk kicked Robbie when his back was turned. That was the most dishonorable thing. And Miguel going after his shoulder. I mean, I get it, no, but you taught them no mercy. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have taught that one lesson. Like, that's why everyone was so worried about Cobra Kai coming back, because that one little lesson right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, damn, just damn. So crazy. Oh man. Oh, sorry. So what would you have to say is your favorite fight on the show so far?
Sorry, Rent. I got to get going myself as well.
All right, man.
I got to roll out. Thanks everyone in the chat. Had a great time as always, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Look forward to doing the next one of this.
Oh, of course, man. Everyone make sure, if you're new to this channel, sub to Atdawn. Once again, awesome YouTuber. Seriously puts out awesome content. Make sure to sub to him on YouTube and follow him on Twitter.
Thank you. All right, guys. Have a good night, and everyone in the chat. See you.
See you,
Take
man.
it
Thanks
easy.
for coming
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
on. Bye-bye. Oh, man. So, Hallmark, you haven't seen the second season yet?
Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of, you know, everything, you know, like the little, you know, the teasers or whatever that they show you and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how I know about you know, Miguel and Hawk getting in trouble, you know, for that whole deal.
Yeah.
But which yeah, I mean, that that, you know, and you talk about, you know, the fight or whatever, favorite fight or whatever, you know, that was pretty good. You know, what I've seen is, you know, that
Yeah.
whole deal, you know, with them, you know, with the Cobra Kai kids getting into it with, you know, with the Miyagi kids, and then I mean, it wasn't really a fight, but the one scene I saw where oh, can't remember who it was, but anyway, one of them was a black kid, and he and he freaking just like lays out the other kid, and it was just funny as shit. But that and the one older guy, I guess, I don't know whether he's I think he works at the school or something, you know, and he's like, you know, got a beard and a, you know,
Oh,
he's kind of
yeah.
a chubby dude, and
Yeah, that's Stingray.
yeah,
Stingray.
yeah. He's, uh, yeah, he cracks me up.
Yeah, that dude was funny. Oh, man. Oh, it's 9:15. Dang. I'm going to have to, cut the stream now, man. It's time for me to eat.
Yeah. Right on.
Thank you for coming on once again, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, I was kind of, you know, I knew that I wasn't gonna have a whole lot to contribute, but you know, it's like, yeah.
Man,
But,
you're still good. You know that. We still got to talk about anything.
It's cool. It was cool hearing about, you know, some of the, even, you know, even though I haven't actually seen it, it was still kind of cool hearing about it. So, you know, it's like, it's basically, you know, just more more trailers in verbal form, that I've gotten, and just makes me look forward to actually seeing it. But
Hell
yeah, the school thing though is taking up a lot of time, the past, well, since the 1st of April. So that's why I haven't like put out a lot of content lately.
yeah.
But I am I'm gonna, I don't know if no, I haven't put it out on Twitter yet, but I was talking about it on a stream yesterday, at the Council of Jeremy stream that we did. I announced something that I'm working on. The actual Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, right?
Yeah.
He one of his recent videos that he put out was talking about people that are just getting randomly demonetized, for like no good reason. It's just all of a sudden, poof, you're demonetized and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Have you seen that or at least heard about it?
Kind of. Yeah.
Well, after I saw that, I actually, even while I was watching it, um, I got inspired to make a parody song. And it, like, almost instantly, the the song from the Breakfast Club, uh, don't you um, don't you popped into my head, right?
Oh man.
And so I'm making up my, I'm changing up the lyrics, making up my own lyrics to the music of "Don't You Forget About Me," and my version's going to be titled "Don't You Demonetize Me."
Nice.
So
That would be awesome, bro.
yeah,
Don't you demonetize me.
right, yeah,
Oh man.
but like the part of the lyrics where it's like on the original song, it's like rain keeps falling down,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna I changed it up to or hold on, you know what, hold on, let me actually give me just a quick second.
All right.
All right, like, so the last little bit, of the song, and like, it's don't you forget about me, and it's like, as you walk on by, will you call my name? That section of the song, of course, I put don't you demonetize me, and then instead of as you walk on by, I put as you scroll on by. How you scrolling through the screen and stuff. And instead of will you call my name, I put will you copyright claim. Things like that.
That's awesome, man. That is absolutely awesome.
So,
Oh man. I will definitely be waiting for that.
yeah. And instead of rain keeps falling, I put claims keep falling. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
All right. It is time to end this stream. We are going to be closing the dojo now. So if you have not subbed to Hallmark Channel Jeremy yet, I suggest you do. Otherwise, you're going to get a pair of nunchucks to the nuts.
Well, you don't need to threaten physical violence on my behalf. That's
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
no. All right, then go ahead.
Yes, a pair of nunchucks to the nuts and a shuriken to the toe, your big toe.
Right.
Oh
Actually, growing up, I actually witnessed people doing that to themselves.
wow.
Because somebody sure as shit, somebody would like get like a pair of nunchucks or whatever, and they, not knowing a damn thing about them, they swinging them around, they're like not, hitting themselves in the head and in the freaking in the package and everything else, it's like.
It's awesome.
But
So awesome. But as always, YouTubers, y'all keep on ranting and wait for the next episode of the dojo to come out.